Hey everyone, and welcome back to another weekend reading vlog. So I may look like I am about to go running and or working out, but I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm actually going into my 8th day of work in a row. Yeah, I have 2 jobs and it just so happens that I don't have a day off in 14 days. So, I'm about to go into my 8th day. Today, luckily, is my other job where I can go into the office and relax for a little bit, get all my work done, and then I can read and edit a video, which is what I plan on doing today. It is Monday. It is my day off. Tuesday, tomorrow, I do have off as well, due to the fact that I had to work on Sunday. Usually I have Sunday, Monday off, but I am in my vehicle. You might be able to hear the car going. I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to real quick get on here and just do my introduction and also show you what I plan on reading for the next couple of days. I usually want to do my intro on the night before, technically the Friday night of my weekend, but I wasn't feeling well. I had a migraine, which caused me to have extreme nausea, and I'm like, of course this would happen when I finally have time to myself and time to relax. Of course, I'm gonna have to go to bed at 8 o'clock at night, which I did. But I am going to be working through on Sex and Vanity by Kwan. This is his latest novel. It actually just came out. It has nothing to do with his previous trilogy, which is Crazy Rich Asians trilogy. Nothing to do with that. None of the same characters or anything like that. However, as I'm reading this one, I'm currently on page, let's see. What is it? Doesn't even give me the page number at the bottom of this thing. I'm currently on page 91 on chapter 10, and I've noticed that it is a lot of the same things from Crazy Rich Asians, so a lot of the extreme circumstances and really rich people, over the top scenarios, over the top weddings. This wedding that the main character is at right now is on the island of Capri, and it's a beautiful island. I've actually looked up a lot of the places, and it's a very beautiful island, but it's very over the top, the things that happen. But that's what makes Kevin Kwan's writing, I think. And I also love the movie of Crazy Rich Asians, so yeah, I knew I just had to pick this one up. This one is out right now, even though I am reading the arc of it. It just recently came out, I think, last week. But yeah, I know that I'll be able to fly through this one once I have time to read, because it's just so over the top, but I am enjoying it right now. This is about a young woman named Lucy Churchill, yes, from that family of Churchills. But yeah, it's about her right now. She's 19, so the first half, she's 19 years old. She's going to this wedding on the island of Capri, where she's going to meet George Zhao, who is this son of a really, really rich Chinese wealthy woman, and she's gonna meet him. I'm gonna assume, I haven't got to this part yet, but they're gonna have a summer fling or some sort of shindig is gonna happen, and then the second half is gonna jump forward many years to Lucy living in New York City, I think, and she's gonna be engaged, and then not to George though, and then George somehow just kind of shows up and kind of have to deal with that. So that's what I'm excited for. I'm kind of really hoping for that second chance romance, so those are always fun. But when I finish that one, I am going to start The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. I do not know what this is about, nor do I want to know what this is about. I'm just so intrigued by the cover, and I actually got an e-arc of this on NetGalley, but I also found a physical arc of it at my job, so I'm going to be reading the physical arc, and switching in between, probably between the physical and the e-arc. But yeah, I'm excited for this. It looks creepy. I know that it is a like fantasy kind of, but I'm going to hope that because it's witching, I'm gonna hope that there's witches in this, so I'm really excited about that. This one comes out at the end of July. I think it's like the 21st or something like that, possibly. But yeah, that's why I gotta get to that and get my review up for Neck Alley. But anywho, I need to get going. I need to go get my Dunkin' Donuts coffee because I live for that shit, and I need to go to work, so I will check in with you all later. Make him look handsome. Hey, hi, Jordy boy.
Hold on, this is.
Very nice. Thank you. You look really handsome. Hello? No! Get him. Get him. Love you, baby cakes. So I'm really bad at reading. I am now at my job on Tuesday, so that means I didn't update you guys at all yesterday besides my introduction for this video. But it's Tuesday, I'm at my job for just a couple hours today, and I needed to bring my book to actually do some reading because yesterday I did read, but I only read like 30 pages. So that's a problem. But yeah, I am enjoying this. It's so over the top and fun. I was mistaken in saying that there weren't any people in it from the Crazy Rich Asians series because one made like a cameo appearance. Astrid, if you're familiar with the movie or the book, Astrid made an appearance at the wedding and they just mentioned her as being there. So that was kind of cool to see that. But yeah, I need to do some reading and actually get things done. But I got my Dunkin' Donuts, and I got 25 little munchkin donut hole donuts. Yeah, I have no excuse for this. I just really wanted munchkins. Alright, since I'm here for a few more hours and I finished all that I needed to do today, including calling a internet service to cancel things and figure out a bill and all that kind of stuff, I can now read for the rest of my time here. So that's what I'm going to do. Have I read? Yes. Have I also been watching TikTok for 2.5 hours? Yes. What is my hair doing? Let me fix that. So this is the most over-the-top dramatic book I have ever read. This book is just wild. The characters are so, narcissistic and over the top and dramatic and just so vain most of the time that it's just, do people like this really exist? I finished this book just a couple minutes ago. It's like 5 o'clock right now. I am in my pajamas. I'm like looking like a hot mess, but I finished a book, so that's awesome. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. It was a book that I would recommend to people just wanting like a fun like summer read, maybe a beach read kind of thing, but it was just so dramatic. This book follows Lucy, who we first meet when she's 19. She's on the island of Capri. She's going to a cousin's wedding, and she meets this guy named George, and they kind of have like this like quick fling, and all of a sudden years later, like 5 years later, I think she's like 24 or 25, she's engaged to this guy named Cecile, who is just so narcissistic and just really wants a trophy wife. All he wants is to have Lucy be a pretty girl on his arm, always posing for his Instagram photos. He was all about getting those likes on Instagram. And it's just so much. But that's what his character is meant to be in this book. As another character quoted about him, all Cecil cared about was sex and vanity. So the way that the characters are done in this book is clearly what they're meant to be done as, but like over the top versions of it. So think of your most hated character who is so narcissistic and full of himself, and then Cecil's like 50 times worse. But that's what Kevin Kwan wants to do, I think. And another thing that he does in this book is he takes a lot of racist ideas and he features them in this, and especially when it comes to Lucy, because she is half white. She's from the Churchill family, as well as half Chinese. Her mother is Chinese. So the white side of her family is all about, you know, good looks and wants to keep up this good image, but also pretty racist with what they're saying. And she even says Lucy even says at one point that you can still love somebody and not realize that what you're saying, what you're doing is actually pretty racist. And that's what she got a lot throughout this entire book, especially when it came to her fiance, that guy. But yeah, so there's a lot of this. You can tell that Lucy does grow and she learns to like really love herself in the end, especially her being half white, half Chinese. And she does realize that, you know, this fiance of hers might not be the man for her, and that George will come back into the picture, which is what this is about. Him helping her realize those things. But yeah, it's just over the top. So like, I was shaking my head at the outrageousness of it all. Really. It was really something else. But that's exactly what you get in a Kevin Kwan book. You get outrageous, over the top stuff. So if you want to read this, just go into it knowing that that's what you're going to get, and you won't be disappointed. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Not the best thing that I've ever read, but it was a lot of fun to read. So I'm glad I read it. I needed a in-between book between some of my more, like, heavy stuff, because I'm still reading Stamped from the Beginning. If you know, I mentioned it in my previous reading vlog, although I didn't read anything from it in my previous reading vlog. Should probably read some this week, but I'm only doing this vlog for these 2 days. I'm going to try to read some of The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson now, since I finished Sex and Vanity. This one is, how many pages is this? 356 pages. I should be able to get a good chunk of it done tonight, but I'm not going to really pressure myself to get a lot read of it today, because it is my Sunday in a way. I have to go back to work tomorrow, so I want to do other things, like play video games, maybe watch some TV, eat. But yeah, I'm going to try to get a little bit of this done today so I can give you an update on it later on. But yeah, so I decided to extend this reading vlog into like a week-long reading vlog, because I am flying through The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. I am loving it, you guys. The writing is just phenomenal, and I love the creepy vibes that I'm getting throughout it, and it's really fast-paced because all you want to do is just keep reading to find out what's going to happen next. It's just really compelling. And let's see what page I'm currently on. I am on page 145, chapter 16. Today is actually Friday, so I skipped a few days of updating, because I wasn't sure if I was going to continue the vlog or not, but I did end up continuing it because I do want to talk about this. But today's Friday, it's like 3:30 right now. I took the day off from work because I had a huge migraine. I actually had a huge migraine yesterday that caused me to feel very nauseous, and I actually had to go home at like noon yesterday from work. I couldn't stay like a second longer, and luckily I did because I actually ended up being sick as soon as I got home. But then this morning I woke up and I still like had a bit of a migraine, and like the rest of last night too I had a bit of a migraine as well, so I didn't really get much sleep. So I decided that I wasn't going to go in today, and I think I deserved a break anyway because I've been working throughout basically quarantine. I had like a month off where I had to stay home because of New York's stay-at-home order, but then I was able to go back to work for like phase 1 and all this kind of stuff. So basically I've been working for like 2 months with like less staff, and it's really stressful. Anywho, I think I deserve a little bit of a break, and I was able to recuperate. I just had some food I can finally eat, so I ate some pizza from Pizza Hut, which was a good time. But yeah, I'm going to spend the rest of my time reading and just relaxing. But yeah, I'm really loving this, you guys. Well, I am back at my Monday job, which means it is officially the end of this reading vlog. Yesterday was Sunday. I did not update you at all, I think, on Sunday. Maybe a little on Saturday. I honestly don't remember. All the days are blending together for me. But yesterday I had a pretty eventful day. I got up in the morning and was reading quite a bit of my book, and then I had a live show. My first ever live show that I did was with my book club group that I just started with a bunch of other fellow booktubers. We started a sci-fi fantasy book club called Space Sirens, which is really, really cool. We have a Twitter and a YouTube channel, so I will leave the link to both of those down below. But we did a kind of like just a live reading sprint thing with a bunch of us where we would like talk for a little bit, and then we did some sprints of like 15-20 minute sprints, and we just all read while on camera. It was pretty chill, pretty relaxed. But that one is up on our YouTube channel, and we did one on Saturday as well. I was not part of Saturdays, I was actually working, but some of the other booktubers were. But there's a bunch of us, so I will leave a link to that down below if you're interested in it. I'll let you know what book we're currently reading for the book club, but let me get into the book that I finished yesterday, actually during that live show. It was The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. This book comes out the 21st of July, which right now it's the 13th. I have to say that I freaking loved this book, you guys. It was so good. It is a feminist fantasy debut novel that features witches and witchcraft, and there's some kind of creepy horror vibes going on in it. Not overly scary, just kind of chilling in a way. There is a bunch of trigger warnings in this, I will have to say. There's a trigger warning for rape of an underage girl rather. She wasn't even 13 at the time. Rape, and there's some gore in it a little bit. So there's a few trigger warnings in here. Those are the ones that I could think of off the top of my head. But I did actually tab this book because I was really, really enjoying it. So I tabbed up some of the scenes that I really enjoyed, some of the ones that I want to talk about, and I'm probably going to do a full video review of this book. I don't do those a lot. I actually haven't done one in a couple years, I think, but the ones that I did actually were getting like 500-600 views, so that's saying something. But yeah, I do want to do a full video review of this, but I really enjoyed it, you guys. I should probably actually say what it's about a little bit, but it is about a young woman named Emmanuelle. She is biracial. She's half black, half white, and she lives in this kind of puritanical society where it is mainly run by men as well. So there's like this prophet, so he's like a holy man, and it's a place where witches are burned. Like if you're accused of witchcraft, then you're gonna be put to the pyre and things like that. So Emmanuel, her mother died giving birth to her, and she realizes, or rather Emmanuel realizes later in life, she's 17, that the woods near where she lives is cursed, or rather just you don't want to go in there. People who go in there either don't come back out, or they come out like completely changed and a little wacko in a way. But yeah, it's so good. It's really about Emmanuel coming into her own identity, as well as the society itself growing past this very male perspective, like point of view, like very everything needs to be men, like, kind of thing. Like, the men in the society can have a bunch of wives. Women actually have to stop schooling at, like, 12 years old and then just kind of be a housewife and have kids. And, yeah, it's just this very kind of, like, patriarchy, basically. And it's not the best place to be, but that's what this is about. It's kind of growing from that, and then there's also witches in it. So that is the kind of like fantasy aspect to it, and I have to say I really loved it. And I think I'm at the point now where I absolutely love high fantasy. Like, don't get me wrong, like high fantasy, like Brandon Sanderson high fantasy, but I'm starting to really enjoy the fantasies that are like this one, where it's not overly fantasy. It has just that touch of magic, or that touch of like something witches or vampires or something in it, but it's also mainly about the society itself and the characters and things like that. I'm actually starting to really enjoy those types of stories, and this one is definitely one of those stories. So I just freaking loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's honestly so good. I don't think it's for everybody, but if you liked what you heard me say, then you would definitely really enjoy this one. So I finished that one. I will probably do a full review of it, so I'm like super excited for that. Don't know when it's gonna come out, but yeah, I'm excited. But since I am finishing this reading vlog, I did want to mention, and I won't talk about it too much, but I will mention that the July, sorry, it's July right now, I'm way ahead of myself. The July book for the book club that I'm in, that I mentioned earlier, is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. So this is a kind of similar to The Year of the Witching, where it is sci-fi fantasy, but not like high fantasy. So there are some horror themes, horror vibes going on throughout this. I'm on page 66 right now. I plan on reading more today, but that's not going to be part of this reading vlog. I don't know if I'll do another one for this week. Maybe, probably. I don't really know. But yeah, this is the book club pick for July. So if you want to read this or are interested in reading it, pick it up and read it along with us. We're going to have a live show. We don't know the exact date, but all that information will be on our Twitter and our YouTube channel. So if you are interested, follow us on both those platforms and you can know more about this. We are also currently choosing our book for August. We want to make sure that we have like a jump start on the next book, because a lot of people need to either get it from the library or they need to order it or something like that. So right now we were doing a Twitter poll, and I think it's over now, but last time we checked, the winner so far, like the one that was really in the lead, was The House on the Cerulean Sea, which I'm super excited for. I think it's TJ Klein is the author, but yeah, I'm super excited for that one. I think it's another one where it's not like high fantasy, but it has the magical aspects to it, and I heard there's really good representation in it. So anyway, that might be our August one, but if you're interested in that, again, follow us on our Twitter and our YouTube channel, and you can see and learn more about that and join us for our live shows. So yeah, I'm going to end this reading vlog here. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please comment down below, let me know if you read either of the 2 books that I finished, or if you are interested in reading The Year of the Witching, because it's not out yet, but you should read it when it does come out, because it's phenomenal. But yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!